Well, good morning again. This is Nancy, and today's date is 3/5 of 20. And I had a friend from out of town, and we were comparing our stories of life. And I've noticed since we were 13. And it's one of those friendships we don't get to see each other very often. We talk every few months, but it's like you get talking and visiting, it's like no time has passed. So in the early 2000s, might have been the end of 1999, somewhere in there, I had a past life regression done at a local college. And when I got into this, my reference point of past life wasn't a lot. I married a Catholic. We went to church, but my exposure to the psychic environment and the psychic world and the options for living. We die, we go on. We had spirit communication. I know that people survive and the storyline. When I was introduced to the idea that we come back, it was so intriguing to me that I sought out a past life regressionist at, it was a local college at the time. I think they now call it ARC in Carmichael, California. And this gentleman was doing a mass past life regression. And I was part of the larger group. Um, and it was so interesting to me that he was able to conduct the entire class, and we all got a little clip of a past life. So that one incident might have been mid-90s. I really having a hard time remembering. And one of the timelines that I was accessing was of myself running as a little girl, 10 or 12 years old, and I'm chasing another little girl in front of me. Her hair is in braids. We're both brown, light brown to brown hair, and I'm really running, and this little girl in front of me is really running. And what made it amazing is that we're inside stone floors, stone walls, and pillars like you would see in Greek or Roman environment. In the center, this is a square. In the center was an atrium. The sun is coming down. There's a tree. There's a pond. The sun is bright. So what time of year was it? I don't know. I'm barefoot. And as I'm running, I'm feeling the floor against stone, and it's cool. The one I'm chasing goes down to the corner, and there's only another option, and it's only to go left. And as I see her going across, I feel like I'm thinking I can get her faster if I charge across this lit area by the sun and I go across the court. And when my feet are on the cool pavement, I turn, I'm running into the sunny spot. The stones were warm. And I remember, listen to this, I remember running. I remember the experience I was having of my feet warming up instantly. And if you have a dream, do you remember in the dream the temperature of the ground you're standing on? In a past life regression, you can have that kind of experience. So I'm charging across this, as they would not know the word atrium, but I would today. I'm charging across this and I'm feeling the ground. And my last thought before the memory disappears of me reaching out to grab this girl. And I kept that with me. The other times he took us down to another place, or the other past life regression, I can remember others. I don't remember that one of the three is the only one I remember of my being a little girl, because the feet hitting the stone from the cool to the hot. That very impressed me. So I have my girlfriend sitting here, the one I was sharing with that I went to high school. We were 13. We have a lot of life between us. We joke. We're watching each other grow old. We watch each other's children grow up, and now I'm a grandma and a great grandma, and so she's lived this life with me. So I want to back up. I'm having a comment like that because she's here visiting, and on the other video, she's coming in and out of the door. You heard it open and close. That was her. Uh, in 2000, 2001, I was living in Citrus Heights, California, and I was flipping houses before it was popular on TV. So I had taken and found a little house, 1,200 square foot, remodeled it inside, stayed a few years, and then I went on. So this house was darling, darling. And I remember it didn't have a big front room, but people came in and sit down. And so she came to visit. I don't know if we went gambling that time, not. But we like to go gambling. And we were sitting around talking, and I was bringing up this thought of past life regression work, because I was excited to share. It was new thoughts, new experiences, new information on clients, and I'd had that experience. So I was sharing with her, and I was telling her this great past life regression that I had gone to a class, and the light has just changed because the screen went black. Come on back here. So she's as I was telling her about this little girl I was chasing after, she said, "Just a minute. I would like to share a dream I've had ever since I was a little girl." So even though the microphone's here, Karen is sitting to my left, and I want you to hear her story. So here's a. I'm just going to hold it so that you can hear. So Karen, tell me your dream.
Well,
What happened?
well, the dream wasn't very long, but I found myself with a little girl, and we're running through these hallways with these columns, and the sun shining sideways through onto the stone floor. I don't remember any heat on my feet or anything.
You stayed in the shade.
Yeah, we were just running and laughing, and I knew it was you, and I knew it was like Greek,
Or
like
Roman.
yeah, Greek or Roman pillars and structures, and it felt like it was long, long ago. And I just couldn't believe it when I heard your story.
And how old were you when you started? If you can remember, how old were you when you started having these dreams?
I don't know, maybe 8 or 9. I don't know.
So in this present life, she started dreaming of the little girls in that era at 8 and 9.
Right.
I've never had any dream like this. I was only introduced to this as an adult in the late 90s, possibly.
Yeah.
Time frame I've lost. You probably didn't hear any of that. So she's telling about how she had it since her about 8 or 9 years old. I'd never had this experience. The only time I was introduced to the idea was this past life regression. So we're sitting there, and I feel so excited that I had a past life regression. And she looks at me and she says, "Let me tell you this dream." And I must have had eyes this big. And I said, it was so real, identical story. And even after all these years, that's 20 years ago that we talked to this. I don't know if she still has a dream, but when it happens to you, it's like people say, and I got really interested in near-death experiences. Long story, I also had experience. I'll share it with you at another video. When it happens to you, it becomes a bigger part of your consciousness, and you want more. So when I realized there's something that pulls us together, Karen and I, and we have totally different lives. I married very early, high school sweetheart, dated for 4 years, Catholic, living in the country, horses and everything. And she lived in the city. She married late, had her baby at 33, just totally different in work environments. So to have us so connected, it's like we're part of the same spirit. And just really longtime good friends. And to think that we lived and shared a life as sisters or best friends in another life, just it's a wonderful experience. So I'm going to close this down. I don't know how many minutes it's been, but I do live in the country. I am currently having a friend in Roseville, California. We're going to collaborate on a spirit possession and hitchhikers, and that's Karen Rothstein. She does past life regression work. I'm getting to do past life regression work by Skype. Yes, I spontaneously in a reading will tell the client that I'm picking up this information from a past life. And so on another video, I will share some of the past life that I've picked up on a client and how it impacted their life. And do you want to trust it or not? Yes, only you could feel that it does work for you. So I've had a little fun. This is very spontaneous. Can't really plan out what am I going to say. So this is right off the cuff. And I hope you enjoyed this. And we will visit again. Bye-bye.